Yeah, 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 yeah.
7 out of top 30 cities in America in crime ran by Democrats. Why?
First, I will tell you. First of all, it's where African Americans are living. So let's bring up Chicago in particular. What you have had in Chicago is you have had some of the greatest racial segregation, not in 20 years, not in 30 years, but literally in 100 plus years.
Led by Democrats.
No, hold on. Here's the deal, though. Okay, I will show you how Mississippi has the largest percentage of black people in America, run by Republicans, broke as hell. Explain that. Explain me the highest. Tell me when you have. Hold on. Wait.
Don't spin.
No, I'm not spinning.
No, don't change.
No. What I'm
Let's
showing
stay
you.
on topic.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Let's stay on topic.
We're
the
on
topic
topic.
is crime 27 out of 30, not economic. Economic is a different story.
No, it's not.
But I agree with you that we need to get the financial situation.
No. And you're making the mistake.
You went to Mississippi. No, you're making the mistake.
No. Here's the mistake you're making.
27 out of 30.
Here's the mistake you're making. When you say crime, I just obliterated a black conservative on my show on this whole issue. When you say crime, you have to then say, okay, what creates crime? No, what creates crime? What creates crime?
When people are not doing well financially.
What else?
Your surrounding and environment, who you're around.
No, what else?
Pick up habits.
What else?
Bad policies.
No. What else? See, you're jumping to policies.
But it is bad policies. Wait a minute.
No.
If I lead a company,
The underpinning. Hold on, wait.
If I run
Bro, discussions like this always piss me off because he's talking about what's creating crime, and I'm over here listening. He's listing off things that create crime, such as low economic standing, bad policies in an area, environment, I guess. And he's saying, no, what else? What else could there be? The problem I have with this, bro, is that when you're over here trying to defend criminals, saying they only do crime because of whoever's running, they only do crime because black people are being systemically oppressed in this area, and because of that, we always No! I hate discussions like that, bro. I hate them because it kind of just lowers. Here's what it does, in my opinion. It basically is saying we are just such victims of the system that no matter what we do, we just don't control our own lives. That's what it's saying, because if you're over here trying to assert that when we do bad, it's not our fault, that kind of implies when we do good, it's not because of us. So if you're over here trying to say when we do bad things, when us as a majority do bad things, it's not because of us, it's completely the system. Okay, so what stops somebody who's racist by saying, for them saying when we do good, it's not our fault? This kind of goes into affirmative action. When you're looking at black students getting into these top universities and people are saying, well, you only got there because you're black. It's this new term going around called diversity hire, or you only were hired there because you're black. And then it's the same people saying no, they earned that spot. But when you flip it on the other end, it's discussions like this that also push us back. Because when we're doing bad things in society, instead of us saying, no, we're doing bad things in society, you're saying, well, nah, we only do good. We don't do bad. When we do bad, it's only because of the systemic oppression that is on us. But when we do good, how could you, in the same voice, fight the person that's saying, oh, you only got into the school because of the system, or you only got the job because of the system? It's the same thing, just flipped around on different perspectives. You're saying we only do bad because of the system. Other people are saying we only do good because of the system. Are we not people? Can we not make our own decisions?
If I run a company and I'm the CEO of the company, if the company improves or doesn't improve is based on my policies. I'm the head running the company, the department. If it doesn't improve, it's because of me. What else would it be?
So let me lay it out to you again.
Go for it.
When you talk about what is the underpinning of crime, John Hope Bryant, founder of Operation Hope, this is what he said. He said, show me a community where you've seen a riot with a credit score of 700 or higher. The reality is, when you talk about crime in this country, you're talking about economics, you're talking about education, you're talking about housing, you're talking about health. Show me areas where you do not have high crime. I'm going to show you areas that don't have the same, aren't as compacted. That's first. What you have is, when you talk about crime in places, you then look at what are the numbers of people there, what are the pockets there, what are those communities, and how did those communities, how were they created literally not over 20, 30 years, but literally over 50, 75, 100 years. Now, that was Jim Crow.
How many years does it take to change?
What are you talking about?
How many years does it take to create change?
When you have,
how long does it take to create change?
When you, first of all, you're talking about a black in America.
How long does it take to create change?
When you have had,
yeah,
okay, walk through 243 years of slavery, 92 years of Jim Crow, and then you get to 1970 when you are technically fully free, you can't act like all of that before did not impact. The issues that you're having now have to do with not Democratic or Republican policies. It has to do with literally white supremacy and Jim Crow in America. We are still, to act as if we are still not dealing with that. How did housing discrimination take place in this country? Do you know who created it? The realtors. They apologize for it.
Why are you going away from the question?
No, because here's the deal, though. You don't want to deal with what creates crime areas.
You got to realize this. Listen,
I'm dealing with the real truth. How they create it. What you're dealing with is, there are democratic areas. What I'm dealing with is how do you deal with the historical reality of neighborhoods that simply can't be just, we elected one person and they're just going to change it.
Roland,
doesn't work that way.
Roland, I'm Middle Eastern, okay?
So he's saying these areas were created using Jim Crow laws and white supremacy. And he's probably right. These areas probably were created using Jim Crow laws and white supremacy. The problem that I have with this discussion is when you're trying to say these areas were created using Jim Crow laws and white supremacy, and he's saying 27 of the 30 areas that have the biggest crime in America are predominantly, black and are democratic areas. My question is this: why do we, for one, continue to vote in the same ways if these areas are not improving? You said since the Jim Crow. If the areas haven't improved since Jim Crow, but we're still voting the same ways? How does that make sense? Also, why are we staying in these areas? You could say, we can't leave the areas, and that's a completely just argument. But when you talk about voting, why are we voting in the same ways? Why are we electing same politicians that are telling us or telling people the same exact rhetoric over and over again? We continue to elect them. We continue to do all this stuff. Instead of trying to improve our communities or voting a different way or looking at things a different perspective, we've been doing the same thing for 30, 40 years. The same area has had the same crime problems. At what point does it turn to, wow, maybe we aren't doing the right things. Maybe we aren't making the right decisions in these areas. If you had a home in an area for 50 years, in the surrounding land in that area is just getting worse and worse and worse, and it's more crime and it's more threats to your life. For one, why would you stay in that area? Why would you stay there, for one? For two, if you do decide to stay there, why are you electing similar politicians to the ones that were elected in the past that helped this area get bad? The problem is that although these areas are terrible, these areas have stayed Democrat for 50 years. That's not correlated to how bad the area is. I'm not saying Democrats are bad. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is these areas have been consistently bad for not only my life, but your life. And the politicians or the people running these areas, we just ignore them. They don't matter. It's a systemic issue. Yeah, they are the system. The people running the area are the system.
I was born in Iran, 10 years. My mother's a communist. My dad's an imperialist. We escape. We go to Germany. I lived at a refugee camp for 2 years, with people who are Yugoslavian, Czech, Albanian at the time, and they're all leaving for a reason. I come to the States, I'm a welfare baby. I'm a food stamp baby. Just letting you know, my parents are divorced twice in 20 years. I'm going to Glendale High School. I have a lunch ticket I would sell because I don't have any money. I'm 6'1", 130 pounds. That should
Okay.
tell you the fact that we don't come from a lot of money. One day, I'm in the school, and my teacher starts talking about politics. Up until that point, when I think about politics, all I think about is divorce. Because I think about my mom and dad arguing all the time. I have a lot of pain linked to politics at the time. And the teacher's going to be a Democrat because she's presenting how rich people are this rich. I'm like, okay, great, rich people are bad. So I come home.
I obviously
13-1. That's the number. That's
dude.
a
I
stat.
had a whole lot of damn Republican teachers in my life.
Well, I like stats, and the stats are 13-1 is Democrats to Republican. You know the stats. So
Okay.
I come home and I say, Mom, are we Republicans or Democrats? And she said, we're Democrats. I said, tell me why. She says, because the Democrats are for the poor, Republicans are for the rich. So my mom says. You know what I told her? I said, when I grow up, I want to be a Republican. Not because I want to be a Republican. I don't know what the policies are.
So first of all, who's actually for the rich and the poor? Who?
Who is for the rich and the poor?
She said it. She said Republicans are for the rich, Democrats are for the poor. Is that you say you love? Is it true or not?
First of all,
is it true or not?
Whether that's true, statistically, more rich people are on the Democratic side today than the Republican side.
But no. You say who are for, not who's rich, but who are they for the policy?
But Roland, this is you. You're smart.
No, your mom said it.
I understand, but you're a smart guy, bro. Listen, when I watch you, you're not a dummy. You're very smart. Okay. So sometimes John Maxwell says something very important that I completely held to myself, and every time I break this, I don't like it. He said, the moment you learn sales and you learn persuasion, okay, the moment you learn the ability how to persuade, you, me, we learn how to persuade. He says, be very careful to not go one step above that, which is to manipulate just to win all arguments, because you can. You can win any argument if you want to. You can play devil's advocate and flip the argument, play the Republican side, and you make one hell of an argument to beat a Democrat because you can do that. You have the ability, I have the ability as well. I don't want to do that. What I'm asking you right now is the following. Results. Today,
Yes.
27 out of 30 cities
Yes.
that are ran by Democrats are the highest crime in America. That's stats.
What states are those in? What are those states?
The states are different than the community.
New York, Chicago,
No,
LA.
but that's not the thing. The state is the community. The city is where.
What are you talking about?
The city you're in is what you can touch.
But this guy, and he's obviously very smart. Roland Martin, like you gotta be starting like very smart at these levels. I think he's kind of being a little bit. He's kind of gaslighting a little bit. Like he's pretending like he doesn't understand what he's saying. And we both know, we can see right through it, bro. 27 of the 30 cities are ran by the Democratic Party. He's pretending like he just can't fathom what he's saying. Like, what states are they from? I mean, it would be probably at least 20 different states. Of course, it'd be split between, I guess, Republican and Democratic for the state. But we're talking about cities. We know that a city culture is different from a state culture. Like, come on, bro. But anyways, man, he's just not. He's seeing himself as a victim, kind of. I don't even think he sees himself as a victim. I just think he's kind of gaslighting in a way. Like he's gaslighting, pretending like he doesn't understand. I don't know. But yeah, if you have any more suggestions for me to check out, comment them down below. Smash the subscribe button, like button, and I'll see you on the next one.